Mike, what'd you think of Owen Tippett's first game?
Looks like a hockey player to me. Liked a lot of parts of his game. Obviously, a heavy shot, scoring chance in the second period. Went off the pipe and it got off his stick in a hurry. I like this, him shooting off the flank on the power play to set up Hazy's power play goal. Liked his wall play in a lot of areas. So, and for, I said it in the coach's room there, for a guy who, when I talked to him this morning, said he's working on his 200-foot game, which means he's trying to improve defensively. I didn't have anything to point out or say to him today. So obviously, a great start for him.
Like, given the fact that he had kind of a crazy 24 hours getting here, is it almost beneficial for him to come in and not have to go through a practice and kind of play carefree to that extent?
I think certainly the adrenaline kicked in for him, and you could tell that when I talked to him this morning, he's very excited about this opportunity. Coming here, knowing the opportunity he's going to get with the ice time, the potential that he has to play special teams. Obviously, he came from an organization that's got a lot of high skilled players, so. Tough kind of for a younger player to crack into that, whether it's playing in a skilled line or whether it's playing in a power play and things like that. So I know that he was very excited about that, and it was great to get him in right off the hop.
Like you talked this morning about how while Friday was the first game without Claude, this was the first game where he was really gone. Did you get the sense that maybe there was a little bit of weight lifted off the shoulders of the guys?
Yeah, I think so, and also a little bit of an opportunity, and kind of talked to a few guys today. Like obviously, we talked about whether it's ice time, but there's a bit of an opportunity here for guys to step into a new. I don't want to say a new era. That sounds a little bit corny here, but that's kind of what it is for some of these guys as far as what's going to be asked of them from a leadership capacity. Whether it's a guy like Joel, a guy like TK, those two were two of the guys specifically that we talked to, and certainly they responded. We're going to need some of these guys to take another step in their career, and they're certainly ready for that. That's for sure. And I don't mean that as a slight to what they've done in the past. It's just we're asking more of them now. They're not the followers anymore. Now they're the leaders.
Speaking of Joel, he had a big night on Thursday. How pleased were you regarding his efforts?
Yeah, you know what? For me, Joel, and what I loved about his game today is he was, obviously offensively, he's capable of making those plays, and when he's playing his best hockey, he's as effective on the defensive side of things as he is on the offensive side of things. I thought that his decisions where the puck were outstanding. I thought that he was on the right side of things all night, and obviously. A huge part of why we won the game today.
Mike, would you say one of the bigger positives for the rest of this season is Kevin Hayes looking more and more like himself?
Yeah, certainly something that we want to obviously. We don't look at these as wasted games, and we have to continue to try to build our identity as far as a team that's not going to quit and keep working and building our game and all those types of things. And the other part of it is you want guys finishing and feeling good about themselves. And Hazy's, the guy has been through so much this year, and you just look at the on-ice part of it. This is a guy that could have packed it in, but he wants to play, and I have so much respect for him for that. So yeah, if he can continue to feel good about himself, then that's a great story for us.
Like you talk about building good habits, how much of this game was one of those days for Morgan Frost that we can build on going forward?
Well, what I liked is he was playing center, and he played a real good game today. So, obviously he's in that position right now, and we talked about it last game. There's some challenges at center. There's some different challenges at wing. But this was for me was one of his best center ice games here today. Looked confident and comfortable with his wingers, and I think his wingers complimented him well. But yeah, definitely like the way he played at both ends of the ice, which is obviously a real important part of being a centerman.
Well, you guys may be in the air tomorrow at the trade deadline on another schedule, but if Justin Braun is in fact traded, what are you going to miss the most from him?
Yeah, well, that's a long list of things, Sam. Like Bronner, first of all, I have so much respect for him as a person. He's another real quality guy. As a coach, he's the kind of guy that you have to force yourself to go and talk to, because quite often as a coach, we're all guilty of, you go and talk to somebody when they sort of need to correct something or when you need to motivate somebody. You never need to do that with Bronner. He just shows up night after night and just lays it on the line. One of the biggest and best competitors that I've ever coached, as far as doesn't care what the situation is, he goes out and plays the same way, blocks shots, takes hits, understands he's not really going to get any glory for it, but he's a guy that plays the same way and the right way night after night. So it would be a long list of things that we would miss from him, but if something does happen, you can be sure that everything that he's done has had a real effect on the rest of the group, and especially with the rest of the defensemen.
One or two more? Okay, thanks.
I would like to say one thing before I go. I would like to point out Proby game today. Nobody, asked about it. Obviously, he doesn't show up on the score sheet, but I thought that he had a hell of a game today. I thought it was an outstanding reminder of what a great defender and what a great defenseman he is today. So.